Welcome back, chaps. Excuse me. It's Nachtjaar horde time. And I've been taking a look at the setup, and I worry about what I typically do here with the wooden shields. I mean, I do like the extra damage, but given that so many of these lads don't have quick hands, indeed, only Mersault is the one who has. Mersault's the only one who has quick hands. If there were slightly less Nachtjaars, I'd be more comfortable starting without shields, just to amp that damage we do when they run into our spear wall. Also with Mersault, it's a choice of, do I want to go two-handed mace or one-handed mace? But I think that if I had Berserk already, I would be happier with the two-handed mace. This is only like one swing a turn. And this is substantially less damage, but I can potentially stun 2 Nachtjaars in a single turn. I have a very bad feeling about this mission. I don't know if I should take it on. 22 is a fuckload. If it's all level 1 Nachtjaars, that shouldn't be too bad. If it's a mix of 1s and 2s, that could be quite hard. But the thing about these Nachtjaar fights is they go one of two ways. They either go pretty easily if you manage to break their morale, it can go your way quite nicely. But if you don't, and they start to get rolling, fuck it. The Bloody Dawn fears nothing and no one. And there's another group right behind them. So already I'm seeing a few level 2s. Whether we stand and fight or run is going to depend on how many level 2s there are. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6 level 2 Nachtjaars. We can take him. Have I just doomed the team? Let's find out. Because with the new way retreat works, you can't just take your injury on everybody and get out safe. Let's find out if we're all fucked or not. Yes, Stobbie. So Stobbie is the lowest level and has the lowest melee skill. So it's not surprising they're trying to take that avenue to get through him. But he's doing beautifully. Legend. I think that's like 9 stabs in a row now for Stobbie. Well done. Oh, and Lodorak fucks up his first one. Do we wait? I think we wait. Hold the line. Except here we move forward. I'm not going to release the dog just yet. Oh, unlucky Stobbie. Oh, come on. Fuck's sake. 259s. That was bad. 3 shots in a row missed. It's more like it. Should take any chance that I can to wound one of these big boys. Go down there, but I don't want to expose. Actually, this is probably a better move here for the Frosty. The flank here is going to be the issue. And any of these ones that go in here is fine because they're nice and surrounded then. Oh, it's a chubrak. Oh, damn. Oh, right in the face. And that's mersault as well. What the fuck? Oh, one more hit and mersault's down. This is a disaster. It seems like he went from undamaged to just wrecked in a single turn. I think it was two swipes that both hit him in the head, and this is the unfortunate reality of the decision I made to take Fortified Mind over Steelbrow. It's always the thing when you are choosing abilities in this game. It's not just what you're choosing to take, it's what you are not taking because you've chosen to take something. Okay, so Clint Mace Master, have you got rotation? You do, so Clint is going to swap out Mersault. Nice, that's big. In fact, Aloysius could take that frontline position, but then he's in contact already. I think Aloysius swapping him out is the more offensive choice, but then Nachtseer is going to have him without a shield out. God damn it. Boys. A lot of missed stabs are going to ruin us. So you want to get them just panicking but not actually dead on your turn. Because otherwise on the next turn they can just move forward and eat the corpse. And of course he regains his morale, of course. Then I can move straight into a double feed as well. That is such rotten luck. Good hit, the Frosty. Good. Keep breaking their morale, boys. Can I stun this thing? I can, thank goodness. Fuck's sakes, Clint. Just tank up, Aloysius. He's in contact with a lot of nerds. Okay, we want these guys to be just on the brink of dying. If I can even hit a fucking shot. So we're gonna, on the next turn, that one's going to go there and attack Mersault. Hopefully it's going to hit his shield. Okay, didn't expect that. That's good. Ooh, Mersault! Oh, Jesus! Stone dog! Damn it, Cesar. We can have a level 3 here on this next turn. $86. Get wrecked. So as long as Mersault is in contact with ones that are already fleeing, we know they can regain their morale though. Get him, battle brother. Okay, so Tubrek is holding firm. So I've got a choice to either try go for that one. I think let's finish off these lads, because if it's just us against one level 3, and in fact now's the time to get some stabs in, because he's almost certainly going to eat on the next turn. Good boy, battle brother. Who's your good boy? It was that Nachtseer's turn. What happened there? Why didn't it go? It's weird. Never mind. Oh, boys, I could not be more proud of you. Holy shit, Mersault, that was a close call, mate. Like, out of nowhere, he went from full hit points. I think, if memory serves, Mersault went into that with a damaged helmet. And then there were 2 headshots in a row. Now, I assure you, you guys don't need to try to convince me on the usefulness of Steel Brow. I'm a big proponent of Steel Brow. And so changing up my leveling strategy to include... what's it called again? Iron Wits or something? What's it called? Iron Will, Fortified Mind, is a calculated gamble. And I want to see whether that calculation is the right one or not. I feel like that will become more clear for us once we start fighting the Hexen and the Alp. I mean, for all we know, with everyone's increased morale and a good bannerman, fighting the Hexen could become a lot easier. So, Cesar, do we take Berserk or I think actually Fast Adaptation? He's gonna need Fast Adaptation. He doesn't have the skills to not need it, and Fast Adaptation is always so good when you're spamming a lot of hits. Fast Adaptation or Berserk. Gifted is always good. I think Fast Adaptation, just for those long drawn out fights. Even on my top class Master Archers, I like having Fast Adaptation. That's another 21 Nazis. How are we feeling, boys? We take those on as well? No, we don't have the tools. That was a hell of a fight. Well done, boys. I could not be more proud. MVP of that fight, I think it's got to be Tubrek. He held the center of the formation for quite a while, when everyone was failing around him. Hang on a sec, boys. I've just got to set my timer here. That was about, what, 15 minutes, that fight? Let's put another 25 on the clock. Start that. So we should get about a 2,000 gold payday now on this. And we only have to find 4 more of these places. I think if we head back out here again on our next patrol, we should get what we need. Zombies? No thanks. I can't decide whether I want to go for 4 archers or 2 archers and 2 ninjas. 4 archers is the safer way of doing it. 2,080 gold. Hell yes. And what is this? Camped greenskins. No thanks, too difficult. A delivery. 1,000 gold. Where to? 2 days to the northwest. Fine. We need to run around and buy up some tools anyway. I would also feel remiss if we did not go past that center of the map town that probably has hunters there. We are still hunting for hunters. We still have just Cesar. Count McDought's a sergeant. Raider, Bannerman, shield breaker. We've got some spare frontline boys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's definitely time to lighten our loads a bit. $369 is a good price. I'll take that. Okay, don't need that. Or that. A spare hooked blade, I wonder. For another bannerman, for another frontline or backline person. Did Missile just not have a helmet? I didn't give him a helmet. What the fuck? Incredible oversight. My god. Well, yeah, that just shows you if you don't have any helmet and you don't have steel brow, you can get riggedy wrecked so quickly. I am stunned by that. I cannot believe that I didn't give him armor, a helmet. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So one of those flowers can go. $196 is not a great price, but we need to free up inventory space. Don't need that. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Wait, don't we have any flails? Let's go back to the usual setups. So, Dagger Master, Eisenbart. I sold this dagger because I'm a moron. That's gotta go. That's gotta go. That's gotta go. 6, 1, 2, 3. Wait, so it's swords first of all. 1, 2, 3, 4. We need 3 of those, so 3 can be sold with the short swords. And I'll go and sell the wrong thing. Fucking idiot. 1, 2, 3. That's what I'm supposed to be selling. Fuck's sake. We'll see whether hanging on to these Scramasaxes was worth it once we get into our first unhold fight. Who am I holding the longsword for? None of my guys up front are even gonna be great sword users. My tanks are gonna be shield specialist users. I'm not gonna be using any Zweihanders this campaign. This campaign's all about trying new shit. 344 is extortionate for tools, but needs must. I think a single antidote is probably worth it. The Eisenbart, the Dagger Master. You need to be on the center of the formation. Who's supposed to be on the flanks? Mercelt. The dagger in the middle. Let's see, swords, another mace. So 64 accuracy, I think you can use a sword. 61 accuracy is terrible, so keep the boar spear. .67 sword. DK, maybe you just need to break shields. .71 Loderek, I think you're probably better off with one of those swords, actually. Yes, okay. If Sachabrak had better fatigue, I feel like I might have given him an axe as well. Just to maximize Eisenbart's chances of getting those daggers to do some work. So where are we going to, by the way? We are going to all the way to the north to Weissenhof. We'll stop in at Schnellen and do some exploring there. Hopefully we can find some more locations. The man walks the road with a shovel bobbing over one shoulder and a sack of dirt swinging in the other hand. When you inquire as to what he's doing, he says he's just buried his brother and he's on his way back to Waldwacht. The sacks hold some of the dirt where his kin was laid to rest. Respectable. The man looks weary, as weary as a man who has buried his sibling would understandably be. Perhaps sensing your pitying gaze, he asks if maybe he can stay with you or company for a night. Join us by the campfire. You sit about a fire. Much talk is made about this or that, but the traveller does speak some words which reside within your mind long after he's gone. The Battle of Many Names? Who did not take part in that? Half the world was on the march then, I swear it. I stood with the infantry, footman to a lord to be precise. Protected him well until the orcs released their berserkers. After that, everybody sought to protect themselves, a job which proved quite difficult. I used to lie about how I made it out. No, I don't. The truth is, my lord had his face crushed by a chain and his mount flipped and fell atop me. Its poor heart struck dead in fright. Then what happened? The traveller pauses, staring into the campfire. He prods the edge of it with a stick. That's the last thing I remembered as far as the fighting was concerned. I eventually woke to the rains coming up to my nose, nearly drowned me in my dozing. I wiggled my way out from under the horse and crawled to God knows where. Orcs and men lay everywhere, dead, dying, drowning. Lots of screaming. Couldn't tell who or what it was coming from. I remember the mud. I remember it clutching at me. A maiden, strong-armed like an ox, saved me from it. She threw me on a cart and the last thing I saw was the battlefield and... I'm sorry, I must stop. Thank you for having me for tonight. May you find peace on the roads, traveller. I'm pretty sure we chose the Civil War late-game crisis as our first late-game crisis. I hope it's not orcs. We had orcs in the last campaign. And undead before that. Plentiful harvest. Perfect. As it happens, we're in need of food. Nope. Tailors aren't worth it anymore with the change that's been made. Cheers, lads. So I haven't actually hired a tailor since the changes were made to, well, since the taxidermist was introduced. But now what I want to know is whether the tailor still grants you, oh yes please, still grants you wolf armor. And then if you kill dire wolves and make a wolf armor pelt, can you put the pelt on top of the wolf armor? That is what I'm wondering. Lots of Wiedegangers, some armored Wiedegangers. Give me your XPs. $16 of them. It's a fair old number. Okay, let's create the bot. Excuse me, zombie. I'm trying to talk here. Disgusting. Let's see. Yes. We'll go there. Allow one of them through here, and we'll draw a line here. 1, 2, 3 can get through here. One Eisenbart in the middle. We do need to invest in a Rondel dagger for Eisenbart. Sharpish. It's going to increase his damage output substantially. No! 2 of them. 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 2 of I think we'll keep Lodorak in the middle of the formation here, just to rotate someone out if they get into trouble. Right in the face. Hold. Hold. In fact, we could probably put shields away. Increase our damage. Okay, so that way Lodorak can swap out either of these two. Sounds like an old man who's lost his dentures. Where are my teeth? I'm becoming more convinced there's something up with the audio, because like a lot of the actual in-game sounds are way louder than they should be, like effects and ambience. And then there's that very weird, maybe hardware sound will fix it, who knows. Very weird clicking sound we heard there at the end of that one little zombie scream. Great shot, Clout McDowd. If you carry on like that, I might turn you... Excuse me, zombie. Turn you into a crossbowman. So yeah, on the subject of do we go ninjas or do we go 4 archers, there's no reason we can't go 2 archers and 2 crossbowmen. And the question then is, what's better, a crossbowman or a ninja? But I think last season we didn't give ninjas a fair shout by, you know, having them be decent brothers. And I want to hire top-notch ranged fighters and turn them into ninjas and see what they're actually capable of. I feel pretty certain I'm already noticing the increased amount of confidence we're getting on our boys. I'm going to think long and hard about whether I can justify getting Steelbrow in as well. But then, like, you know, which perk do I drop then? I think the most likely one would be Colossus, because... well, Colossus is so great for that big hit of hit points it gives you, but if you think of, imagine a campaign that goes 2,000 days long, and you have someone in for over 1,000 days. They're going to get to like level 35 or level 36, which is going to give you so many hit points anyway. And across that time, it's far more likely that you need to be able to survive that odd crossbow bolt to the face. I do think I'm overvaluing the flat hit points in the leveling up structures as well. Like, I need to be more, in those first 5 or 6 levels, more willing to not click plus hit points. The thing is, though, I'm missing out on plus melee defense a lot, but generally, if I see plus 2 melee defense, I'm taking it. As far as I'm concerned, it feels like I'm only not taking melee defense if it rolls a 1. I mean, Colossus is retroactive, so... we think of it this way. If I get everybody up to 60 hit points, that is, and then give them Colossus, that gives them an extra 15 hit points. What is an extra 15 hit points, really? That's an extra swing from, you know, one weapon. And maybe the way to look at it is, if you're not going to go, if you're going to take Colossus, you need to go heavily into hit points, you know, like in the multiple hundreds of hit points. Otherwise, it's kind of not worth it. Because imagine if Colossus, with the way I use it, if the description said 1 perk point for plus 15 hit points, I'm not so sure I would take it that much. I mean, Backstabber is another perk that I really want to give my boys, but then, as always, it's a question of what perk do you not take? I feel like in my late game setup, once I've got the 2 flail or hammer guys on the outside edges, they obviously need the underdog perk, and the guys on the inside flanks as well. But then the 3 guys, the guys with maces and daggers in the middle of the formation, they only ever going to be in contact with a maximum of 2 enemies. So I think there you can make an argument for not giving... Excuse me, rude. There you can make an argument for not taking underdog. Man, I could sit here and talk about what perks to pick when for hours. I love it. It's one of my favorite subjects in Battle Brothers, and it really helps illustrate the depth of the game. I firmly believe one perk is not outright better than any other perk. I think the answer always has to start with it depends. Like, okay, what is perk X better than Y? I think if you're being really careful about what you're saying, you have to start that answer by saying, well, it depends on what enemy you're fighting, or it depends on the situation, or how you're trying to do it. God, this game is good. It makes me so sad when I hear like some of my friends saying how they hate Battle Brothers. It's too hard, it's bullshit, it's a fucking stupid game. And I feel like saying, oh, if you just put 1,000 hours into it, you can really start to enjoy it. So one of my favorite streamers, Pyrian Flex, has played a bit of Battle Brothers, but he will often go on rants about how the game is stupid and unbalanced and bullshit. And I just wish I could get him to... Look, I mean, I fully understand, I get it. It's fucking rage-inducing, and it's so fucking hard. But I mean, he plays Dota. I mean, so do I. He's got like 5,000 hours in Dota or more. I think if people think of this game as difficult as Dota and as complex as Dota is, I think that'll stop a lot of that feeling of rage, because when you start playing Dota, well, a lot of people do, but you shouldn't get pissed off because you're getting wrecked in the beginning. Of course you're going to get wrecked in the beginning. It's a bonkers hard game. But then again, so is Battle Brothers, just in a different way. Come on, you big bastard. I want to dagger you. Hope to get both those pieces of armor. Not phased about that armor. Get 'em, boys. So there's Taunt. Taunt's another interesting skill. It's another one for me that's an odd one, because sometimes it's just a straight up dead perk. Like in this situation, it does nothing for me. But you don't take it for the situation, you take it for the other situations. You're trying to keep someone alive, you know? Generally, I feel like my leveling strategy has been, I'll rather take a perk that is less effective more often than one that is more effective less often. But of course, there's limits. I do feel like Taunt is very much one that falls in the more effective, less often category. Also, with Backstabber, I mean, sure, it gives you increased chance to hit, but if you're really getting anything out of it, you're already surrounding the enemy. And if your brother is any good, then how often, on let's say 10 swings when the enemy is surrounded, how often would Backstabber have made the difference between a miss or a hit? And that's very difficult to quantify. Overall, I do like this edition of Fortified Mind on everyone. It feels good, it feels right. I mean, can you imagine if you managed to get your lads to like the higher levels and with Fortified Mind? So my boys are going to sit at around 62, 63 resolve, plus the bonus they get from the banner, which can be up to like 130 resolve on the bannerments, that's 13 resolve, plus the 62 that they have base, gives them like, you know, mid-70s for resolve. I mean, if you think that of the fact that if you're able to resist the Hexen casting their bullshit on you almost 100% of the time, then it goes from being a nightmare opponent to fight to a bit of a joke. We shall see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Don't need that or that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That. We'll keep that. 226 is not a good enough price. I do love a good militiaman. We've already got a dog, so I don't think we have to spring for another one now. Anyway, so have any of you recently also encountered this difference in the way the audio is working? And if so, do you think it's a problem and have you been able to fix it? Because I can't figure it out. Ooh, a dexterous farmhand. It's worth a try. Ah. Unfortunate. Unfortunate. But this just goes to show you, I mean, look at this. So Spunkmeyer is level 4 and he has less melee skill than this guy has at level 1. But Spunkmeyer is all about the defense. He'll be a good tank. This lad, I think, is no good. I already have my shield breakers. I don't think I'm going to be hiring polearm users anytime soon. So, Situbrek. Quick hands? Nope, rotation. Everybody, how are we on the full rotation? So Eisenbart's missing rotation. So almost everybody except Eisenbart has it on the front line. Stone Dog will have it in one more turn. One more level, that is. Ligue has it. As does Aloysius. As does Clout McDowd. Belcarston, sorry mate. He's just a bit of bloat. Okay, I need tools, and I need to see if I can find some hunters. Remember, it is day 60 now, so we're just about a month away from that first late game crisis, and then with it being a civil war, it's going to be a very, very hard one. It's that same Necromancer group. It is. Okay, we'll see what this is. We'll see what enemies we're up against here, and then we'll decide on weapon setup. If it's legionaries and ancient auxiliaries, then I'll be very glad I kept all the flails. Let's see. So Horik the Younger was right. There have been grave robbers here. You spot a number of tombs turned over and their graves dug up. The mud trails lead you to find the diggers clambering around some new work. Don't mean to stop you boys, but Horik the Younger is paying pretty well to make sure these people stay in the ground. Okay, potentially marksmen, so we'll wait till night time. And Clout McDowd will pack his hooked blade. We're getting a nice little collection of hand axes as well. So if we find a Shrat mission that's like 1 or 2 skulls, we can take it on. Damn, they're heading back. We've got to give these guys a slip first. Well, arguably, I mean, if that's a necromancer plus some zombies, and this is raiders, then arguably the raiders should fight against the zombies. I don't want to take that chance though. This is a nighttime fight in a forest, which can be horrible. Good luck, men. So marksman. Okay, 1 marksman and a few poachers. What do we do here? We can move forward 1 square. I think we just stay put, really. And just start spamming and hope to get lucky. Hold the line, boys. I have to remember to invest in a rondel dagger. Always the face. It's always the face with the crossbow. So that was, what, 16, 20, 22 damage to the face? This could have been a lot worse. 27 damage. What was the percentage chance? 32, that's really friggin' high. Now we can move forward, I think. They're all turned done. Now, just stay put, boys. This could be a good time to use Taunt. So on the next turn he then can't put his shield up. 15 fatigue, 20 fatigue. Okay, so they've actually buffed for Taunt. I could have sworn Taunt was 25 fatigue for the longest time. 22% chance. Actually, I should have shot and then quick hands to my pole arm. So it's kind of a pity that Mersault is one of the higher level guys. What I really want, I mean, because he's so high level and he has underdog, he needs to be on the corner of the formation, which kind of makes me feel like I can't justify giving him the two-handed mace. But once some of the other lads get high level, they can stand on the edge and he can be there using the two-handed mace. Turn done. Do I want to go here? It's a Chobrick. Just hold the line. Slow and steady. Defensive, boys. But he acts in one turn. So wait. So Clark McDowd, you have got... do not have quick hands. So on the next turn you can start using that. Oh! Come on, DK Jr., be brave. We're gonna start messing these boys up in a sec. Fucking hell, come on. Is it worth running up here to try to shoot at that guy in the open? No. Let's just kill whatever we can on the front line. That's going to do more to shatter their lines. We can run through them. He's reposting. This dude is not reposting. Fucking get him! 36 and hit, very nice. DK Jr. is super unlikely to land his hit because of his pierced arm muscles. So just taunt this dude so he doesn't put up his shield on the next turn. Yeah, Eisenbart needs to level up so he can get recovery. Fuck off with that! 19% chance. Okay, as soon as this guy goes down, we can charge at this fucking crossbowman finally. Riposte. Yes! I suppose I could have just used pushback and then tried to get around anyway. %, not worth. There we go. Just gonna have to put up with this guy's bullshit for like 1 or 2 more turns. 48%, it's too low. %, 36%. That gets me 1 closer, I suppose. That wasn't really worth it. They're going to put Eisenbart. Yes, the marksman shouldn't be able to see him from there because of the tree. Oh, fucking terrifying. Charge! Get him! Nice headshot. Says, oh, I've got to give him another set of arrows. Well, if we can kill an unhold, we can give him an increased size, or quiver is the word I'm looking for, quiver size, Get him, lads. Get him. Can I take 2? Yeah, that's a little level 1 sword. That's not so bad. I can handle that. That is the power of crossbows. The crossbows, you know, come online earlier than bows do. But in the late game, I think bows are better because of their damage output is just higher. Phew, tough one, but well fought, men. One more hit. Phew. Well done, boys. Well done. That was hectic. MVP for the mission? Probably Clint. I mean, look at that damage. 310. Defrosty with an honorable mention. 2 kills and 290. Who took the most damage though? Eisenbart took 132. Nice. 2 hits of salt and a ring. Which can hopefully sell for some good coin. Now maybe let's just do this loop here and see if we can't find 3 more places. No intention of fighting that with those marksmen. Blech. Really hoping there would be a 139. That's cheap. Buy that. We need a temple. We've got a load of guys who are injured. 5 is probably fine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 7, 8, 7. I think 2 sets of armor is probably fine. And one of the lads up front doesn't have a dagger. There you go. It's Defrosty. Okay, so as a shield breaker, you need axe mastery anyway, so perfect time to have you use an axe. Give you extra shield breaking ability. Oh, the fucking +1. As a bannerman, I can't take +1 there. To get +4 for hit points, that's enough now. He doesn't need much in the way of melee defense. What he needs is range defense, but +3 on melee defense is too good to pass up. Okay, ready the troops. Fortified mind, rotation. Yes, recover, yes. Quick hands, I think. Or as a support character, bags and belts, just so that he can carry bandages in a pinch. Take the tactical flexibility. It'll be the same story for our sergeant. It's also going to have bags and belts. Right, home in. What is this? Hunt Alps, Unholds, and Hexen. We're not quite in a position to do that, but I do want to try a fight against these things. So hang on, so in the region of Crow's Nest and other regions, where's Crow's Nest? If I can go past the city that has a temple and we can heal up, then maybe. So around here. No. Let's get on to Hohenfest and sell some of our gear. Alright, good little episode that. So, 3,000 gold is looking okay. Let's just think about, hang on, so which city, here we go, it's Friedewald that has the Fletcher and the Hunter's Cabin. It's most likely where we're going to get Hunters. So let's pop down to Hohenfest, sell what we can sell. That's probably like 1,000 gold worth of trade goods, 1,200. We can hire maybe 2 Hunters. Could be big for us. Okay, friends, I'm Stobbie149. This is Battle Brothers, The Bloody Dawn, day 61. I think we're doing okay. Doing alright. Thanks for watching. See you next time.